Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastava and welcome to Code with PK. So in this video, I write a Java code to create a tic-tac-toe game on console slash command line. Okay. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel because out of 100 viewers, only 3 or 4 are subscribed and a subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. Okay. So this is going to be a series of multiple videos. In the first video, I am going to just create a simple functional working tic-tac-toe game. Okay, something that you can run on command line or console. Okay. In the next video, I'll try to make it more object oriented. Okay, we'll have multiple classes. Okay, so that everything binds together as a project. Okay, then we'll try to see if we can create an AI player, a computer that can play against us. Okay, a smart computer that can play against us. Then we'll try to put it into GUI. Okay, so that we have boxes and clicks so that we can play the game like that. Okay, and we'll make the GUI both in Swing and JavaFX. Okay, so let's begin. So I will write everything in this class tic-tac-toe. Okay, and then finally I'm going to create an object of this tic-tac-toe and play the game. Okay, so for the tic-tac-toe game, the first thing I need is a board. So I'm going to say private char board. Okay, it's going to be a 2D array of characters. Okay, now will be the size of the board? It is going to be standard size is 3 into 3. Okay, so I'm going to take a constant public static. Okay, final int size equal to 3. Okay, you can change this size to 4, 5 and so on. Okay, but then we'll have to change the code accordingly. I'll keep it 3 for now and I'm going to solve for 3. Okay, in my default constructor, when I create this tic-tac-toe object, okay, I should be able to create a board of size 3 by 3. Okay, all right. Now what do we initialize the board? Okay, we initialize the board from digits 0 to 8. Okay, so let me just iterate this board. Okay, size I plus plus. Okay, int j equal to 0, j is less than size j plus plus. Okay, I'll take an int box number which will be set to 0. Okay, so I have 9 boxes in a 3 by 3 board. So I want my first box, the top left, to be 0, then the next one on the same row 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, now numbering this box is important because when I print this box on the console, the user should be able to some way identify which box the player wants to put X mark or O mark. Okay, and that is why I'm using this. You can devise another method. You can say you can put a row number and column number, but that will be taking 2 inputs. Okay, 2 integers to identify a box. I'm going to put integers inside the box so that each integer uniquely identifies a box. Okay, so what I say is board of I comma j. Okay, it is going to be this box number which is going to be char of 0 plus box number. Okay, because this board of ij is a character, I want to convert this box number into its corresponding character. So if I want to convert 0 to 0, okay, I basically add 0 to the ASCII value of 0, which I am doing here. Alright, so I get the ASCII value of 0 again, I convert it to corresponding char. Okay, if I want to convert say 3 to corresponding 3 character. Okay, so I add 3 to the ASCII value of 0, which I am doing here. So I get the ASCII value that corresponds to this character 3. Okay, so if I don't typecast, I'll get an error here. Okay, all right. Okay, you cannot convert this integer to cannot convert into char. You have to explicitly typecast. You tell the compiler that I want the corresponding char for this corresponding ASCII value. Okay, so my board is initialized. Okay, so if I want to public void print the board, okay, so I'll say method to print the board, okay, and it should look something like this. Okay, 0 for the first box, then 1, then 2. Okay, then I have a separator line, then I have 3, 4, 5, then I have a separator line again, then I have 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so this is my starting configuration of the output of my board, which basically indicates the board is empty. Okay, as long as there is any integer on the board visible, it means there is a place, the box available on which you can put X or O. Okay, so if I print the board, if I say I have to do 0 1 2. Okay, so I'll say same nested for loop. Okay, I print system dot out dot print. Okay, now this is a character, right? So I do percent s, okay, I use printf, okay, and I use a white space on the left and right, okay, then I say this is going to be blank plus board of I comma j, okay. So I printed the digit, okay, with spaces on the either side. Then I need to print the pipe symbol, but pipe symbol is printed only for the first two columns, okay. So if j plus is 1 is less than 3, okay, or you can say size, okay, then only I print, okay, a pipe symbol, okay, okay. So this is my for loop of j is printing my entire row, and then I change the line system.out.print ln, okay. So my row is printed, okay, and then I print separator, okay. Again separator is printed after the first row and the second row only. So if I plus 1 is less than size, okay, if this is not the last row, okay, I'll print the separator, okay. So I'll print some values and we'll see how much have you printed, okay. All right, so I'm able to create a board and I'm able to print the board, okay. So in this very class I'm going to write a main method, okay, okay. I'm going to say tic-tac-toe equal to new, calling the default constructor, okay, and then printing this dot print, okay. Let's see if we get a good output, okay. Oh, I have print ln 0 plus 0 plus 0. So basically somewhere I am printing, oh, I have to do this change of line after this, okay. So one mistake there, okay. Now it looks okay. I just need one less this, maybe two less this, okay. All right, but they're all coming to 0 because, oh, I'm not increasing the box number. You can say box number plus plus. Now I get the output, okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, okay. An integer on the output on the box indicates that there is a vacant place for x or n, okay. All right, then the next thing we do is we take more constants. I say public static final char player x is x, okay. Taking the symbol for x and then taking the symbol for o, okay, o and x. All right, so I've created the board, okay. Now I will write a method public void play, okay, method to play the game, method to play the game, okay. Now when you're generally playing tic-tac-toe, what is the idea? The first player goes, okay, then you check if the first player won, okay. If the first player did not win, then the second player goes, okay. If the second player wins, game over, otherwise the first player goes again, okay. If the first player wins, game over, otherwise the second player goes, and so on. And this will continue, either the player x wins, either the player o wins, okay, or there is no more space on the board to fill any character, okay. So I am going to write a method, okay, method to check if any player won, okay. So my method is going to be public boolean check winner, okay, and this will take a char player, okay. All right, so winning in tic-tac-toe is if I get three of the same characters across, like left to right, top to bottom, or diagonally, either diagonals, okay. So check for horizontal, okay, okay. Horizontal will be if either of the rows, row 0 1 or 2, have all the three of the same characters, okay, which is passed here. This will be either x or, okay. So I do for int I equal to 0, I is less than size I plus plus, okay. Now if a board of this row and 0th column, okay, is player, okay, and character at this row next column and the character at this row and the third column are all the same, okay, it means I have found a pattern of 3 consecutive characters on some row, so I return true, okay. All right, now this is where we are hard coding 0 1 2, so I really don't need the size, okay. All right, So if you are taking size, you should ideally be iterating another loop and checking for size number of characters. Okay, then I say check for vertical. Okay, now checking for vertical will be the same. Okay, you will be iterating all the columns. Okay, for int j equal to 0, j is less than size j plus plus. Okay, if for this particular column, okay, the first row, if for this particular column the second row, if for this particular column the third row, okay, all have the same characters of the player, you return true. Okay, all right, then you check diagonals. Okay, so first we check left diagonal. So if left diagonal is going to be where I and j are equal, so if board of 0 0 equal to player, okay, and board of 1 1 is going to be player, and board of, let's make this in this very fashion, okay, and 2 2 is going to be the player. Okay, 0 1 2, okay, left diagonal, if they are all the same characters, I return true. Okay, the other diagonal is going to be, okay, last row first column, okay, which is going to be 2 comma 0, then second row second column, then first row third column. Okay, finally return false if none of these match. Okay, you return false. Okay, so this will check if the character either x or o, which is passed here, has one or not. Okay, all right, so I will write another method. Okay, method to check if game is over. Okay, so I'll say public boolean is game over. Okay, so game will be over if either player x has 1, okay, or player o has 1, okay, or there is no place to mark any character on the board, or is board full. Okay, and we write this method is board full. Okay, so public boolean is board full. Okay, now this is a method, okay, to check if the board is full. Now board is full if I don't have any of these digits on the board. It is either x or y everywhere on the board. Okay, and we have not found a winner. That is when the board is full. Okay, so board is full if there is no digit left on the board. Okay, so I am going to iterate, okay, the entire board. Okay, all right, and if character dot is digit this board of I comma j. Okay, if I'm able to find a digit on the board, I return false. Okay, it means the board is not full, otherwise I finally return true if this condition is never true. Okay, if all the board locations are taken either by x or o. Okay, so my game over method is done, my is board method full is done. Okay, and then I have to code my play. Okay, so again, how do we play? We play as long as the game is not over. We play as long as the game is not over. Okay, while not is game over. Okay, I print the board. Okay, just to show the condition of the current board. Okay, as a change line system dot out dot println. Okay, so again, going back to how we actually play the game, we play as long as the game is not over. So one of the player has to make a move first. Okay, now that player can be x and o or o, and the standard is x is starting. So I take another variable, another data member on top. I say private char current player, which is going to be either x or o, and when I create an object, my current player starts with x. Okay, so player x starts. Okay, player x starts, so we have to ask the current player to make a move. Okay, now this is where we take input from the user. Okay, input for the user is going to be for each of the turns, and in this turn I am asking the current player, which is either x or o, to give me a box number where they want to place their marker. Okay, so I write another method. Okay, public int make move. Okay. Now making move is asking the user to enter a box number where you want to place the marker. Okay. Okay. Making a move is asking the user to enter a box number. Okay. Where the user will, where the current player will place their marker. Okay. I'm going to say system dot out dot print. Okay. A player. Okay. Plus current player plus turn. This is the current player's turn. Okay. Choose a box number. Okay. And you're supposed to enter a box number. Okay. You can define how you want to take the input. I am taking the input as an integer. You can perform further checks on the input. You can check if it's the right data type, but I'm going to assume for the sake of simplicity, because I mean making those checks is not the purpose here, right? For the sake of simplicity, that the user is going to enter an integer. I will perform a check on the integer if it is valid, okay, and that the box is vacant or not. Okay, so I'll say int box number is scanner. I need a scanner object, so I'm going to create another data member, private scanner. Okay, and when I create my object, I create the scanner equal to new scanner system dot in. Okay, and in my make move method, I read scanner dot next int. Okay, now validate the box number. Okay, the first thing you have to validate is if it is between 0 and 8. So if box number is less than 0 or box number is greater than 8. Okay, all right, if box number is not in the range, I am going to print an error. Input box number is invalid, try again. Okay, all right, and I have to repeat the process of asking the user, so I'm simply going to recur. Okay, you can take a while loop to check as long as this is happening. Okay, you keep reading the input, but recurring will make the same effect. Okay, so if this condition is false, it means the input valid box number is correct. Then you check if the input box number is empty. So the user inputs a box number. Okay, but this is actually a 2D array, a character 2D array that we are storing. So we need to get the corresponding ij for the input box number. Okay, okay, so I'm going to say int I is box number by size. Okay, and int j is box number. Okay, percent size. So this gives me the row and column for the input box number corresponding to the location in the 2D array. Okay, now if board of I comma j is equal to player x, or board of I comma j is equal to player o, it means if there is already a marker here, okay, I'm going to print system dot print input box already occupied. Okay, and then I recur. Okay, finally, if this condition is false and this condition is false, I return the box number. Return box number. Okay, so I am able to make a move and I am able to check a lot of validity here. Okay, you can add a further check here. You can read a string instead of an int, and you can make sure that it is actually an integer. You can add a try catch here as well, but it is not something that I want to cover in this video. Okay, I just want to make a functional game. Okay, now when I make move, I say, okay, the box number entered by the user is make move. So you got the box number now, so place the marker for the current player here. Again, to get I and j, we use by size and percent size. Okay, then I say board of I comma j is current player. Okay, then I switch the player. Okay, so I say current player. Okay, I'm going to use a ternary operator. Now if my current player is player x, okay, I want my next player to be player o. Else if my current player is player o, I want my next player to be player x. Okay, I guess my play is done, right? Because as long as the game is not over, I'm printing. Okay, I'm changing a line just for good visual output. I'm getting the input from the current player, which is basically a box number. I'm placing the marker there and I'm switching the player. So the condition to check if the current player one is handled by is game over. Okay, which is handling if player x1 or player o1. Okay, and this will go on as long as if there is a winner or the board is full. Okay, finally print the winner. Okay, so the code breaks if either of them have won or the board is full. So if check winner, okay, player x. So I'm going to print system.out.println player o1, else if, I just cannot do else might be the board is full or the player o1. Okay, so I have to do this else if with player o. Okay, you say system.out.println player x1. Okay, now final else is going to be the third condition where the board is full. So I'll say system.out.println game drawn. Okay, so this is my code. All right, I'm just going to call play instead of print now. Okay, let me run this. Okay, now player x turn, choose a box number. I say 10. Now please try again is print, right? I'm going to print, make it println. I stop this. I run this again. Okay, 10. Input box number is invalid. Minus the input box number is valid. Choose a box number. So I choose 6 and my X marker is there. Okay, I choose a box number, say 6 again. Box already occupied. Try again. Okay. All right. Then I say choose a box number. For O, I am going to say 2. Okay. Now player X chooses 2. Cannot possible. Player X chooses 8. Okay. So X O. Okay. Now O will choose 0. Okay. Now X will choose 1. Okay. Or X could have chosen 7 and won the game, but okay. All right. So not feeling very brightest today. Then X, the player O will choose 7. Okay. Now the game is dead, right? You just have to wait for the game to be over. So I say 3, 4, 5. Game drawn. Okay, nobody won. All right. Running this again. Okay. So I played little smarter. X makes 6. Okay. O makes 2. Oh, sorry, 0. Okay. X makes 2. Okay. O makes 4. X makes 8. Okay. Alright. O makes 7 or 5 other way. O makes 7. X makes 5 and player O1. Did I not update the message? Oh, so for X I'm waiting. Oh, I'm just made a very silly mistake. Player X and player O. Alright. Running this again, playing this again. So I say I'll make X win, right? So I'll say 0, 3, 1 and 6 and 2. Now player X win. Okay, let's make player O win. I'll say 0, 3, 1, then I'll say 4, 7 and then 5. Player O. Okay, so this is your code, okay, to play a basic simple tic-tac-toe game, right? Okay. And in the videos to continue, right, in the videos coming forward after this, I will be first making this object oriented, okay, so that we have multiple classes and things work together. Then I'll try to incorporate a simple basic AI so that human can play against the computer. Okay, then I'm going to put it into a GUI so that we have buttons and clicks. Okay, we'll be using both Java, FX and Swing, right? So I hope this video was helpful. You like this video, so please let me know if there was anything not clear to you in this video, you have any doubt. Please make sure you check the description of this video. I'll add the link of this code in the description of this video. Okay, so please let me know your thoughts. Please like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and you can always let me know in the comments if there is a question you want to solve or this concept you want to discuss. Thank you.